Welcome to high school hell. Or better yet, Slaughter High. I'm your host, Mighty Iris Forrest Karloff Jr. Yeah, Halloween weekend. I'm so pumped. Okay, so I just wanted to share some of my all-time favorite spooky movies and slasher flicks. This is just a quick list. These are movies that I want to watch when I get home today, you know what I mean? And trust me, I have a list miles long of favorites. Or what do we use? Kilowatts? Anyway, these movies just get me in the mood. You know, the mood? Fired my loins, prevailed my every masturbatory fantasy. Oh! Sorry, that was from Disturbing Behavior. Damn it! I didn't put that one on my list, but I will be watching that this weekend as well. Okay, let's get started. First things first, Hocus Pocus. Now, this movie and I go way back. I saw this in theaters back in 1993. I was 8, and it rocked my world. And I always felt connected to Thora Birch, too, because her character was 8 years old in the movie. I felt so special when he said, "You're 8, go by yourself," you know? I mean, this is a movie that stands the test of time, and it made a comeback in a huge way this past year or 2 years ago. Never did I ever expect to see Sanderson sisters costumes, but now look, Hocus Pocus merch is everywhere. For some reason it blew up, and you know what? I'm glad it did. But yeah, Hocus Pocus, hilarious. The story is great, and no matter what, this is the movie that kicks off my Halloween vibes, like for real. I watch this movie first. Every year. This is a movie you know like the back of your hand. You know all the words, you know all the songs. The songs still give me goosebumps after all these years. It just, like, it flips a switch, and I can remember exactly what it was like to be in 3rd grade, you know? And of course, the adult jokes are, like, hilarious now. But as a kid, they went right over my head. A virgin. All that virgin talk. Like, what was that? All this movie taught me was that it was bad to be a virgin because Max endangered the lives of all the children in Salem. You know what I mean? So you leave thinking, well, I don't know what a virgin is, Mommy, but I never want to be one of those, mister. I didn't talk like that. My voice was much deeper and raspy back then.
Masculine.
Anyway, and we all wanted to be Sarah. Sarah Jessica Parker was way too sexy, by the way. This is a children's movie. Her costume, like, stirred something up as a kid. She may have been my first girl crush. She was just so sexual, you know what I mean?
Hang him on a hook and let me play with him.
No! I was 8. Guys, am I right? Did you not feel a tightening in your trousers as a boy watching her boobies? But yeah, I could quote that movie all day long. Matter of fact, I'd have a quote off with someone. A duel of the quotes. Also, this is so dumb. That part in class when Max hits on Allison and he says, "Well, in case Jimi Hendrix shows up tonight, here's my number." And then the blonde guy comes up and says, "Hey, Max, fat chance, right?" I thought that blonde guy was Jimi Hendrix. I thought that was his name in the movie.
Wow.
I didn't know who Jimi Hendrix was. I was a weirdo, okay? Weirdos. Don't judge me. All right, moving on. Farewell, mortal busboy. Next one is Scream. This movie still gives me the chills. I love watching this with the lights off when I'm home alone. Scream, man. It came out in 1996, and it's Wes Craven, and I love him. He just gets me. And at this time, I wasn't allowed to watch rated R movies, so I loved going over to my friend Katie's house, and man, this movie was so good. It was new. It was different. Someone calling you on the phone, terrorizing you, and being in your house at the same time. Ugh. And the cast is classic. I mean, nothing beats seeing Matthew Lillard's long-ass tongue, am I right?
Never alone.
It's a funny movie and it's scary. You never want to be in this situation. Living in the middle of nowhere freaks me out. Loud phone ringing freaks me out. I even love the costume, the ghost face. And I love that the characters are obsessed with horror film culture, you know, so all the references, the rules to survive a slasher film, it's so good.
Besides, it takes a man to do something like that.
I can watch Scream over and over again. God, I miss the 90s. I still can't believe they're making part 5. They're actually filming it right now. Okay, moving on. Slaughter High, a high school slasher film from 1986, you guys. This movie is special to me because for the longest time, I swear, I had these memories of a scary movie and I couldn't remember anything about it other than this one scene where a guy drinks beer and his stomach hurts so bad that it explodes. So I know I saw it as a kid, maybe when I was at my grandma's house or something, I don't know. And one day I found it, I was just Googling it, and I found it at Best Buy. I bought like 3 copies of this DVD, and I gave a few away to some friends to see if they remembered it. Alright, so here's the storyline. It takes place on April Fool's Day, and these high school kids play a mean prank on this nerd named Marty, and it goes too far. And then, 5 years later, they get invited back to their old high school for a reunion. And one by one, they get slaughtered. It's very cheesy, and the acting, it's like God bless their hearts, right? But the deaths are gruesome, and the killer's mask always stuck with me. It's like a court jester mask, and the killer wore a high school Letterman jacket with blue jeans. It's iconic in my world, and they play the same 2 songs throughout the entire movie. It's great. The main theme song will get stuck in your head. Here, let's play it again. I find myself humming that, like, all the damn time. Yeah, they have Slaughter High on YouTube. You can actually rent it for like $3. You gotta check that one out. All right, next! And of course, my all-time favorite scary movie, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Wes Craven, New Line Cinema, Smart Egg Productions, Freddy Krueger, the birthplace of Johnny Depp. This has always been one of my favorite series. Wes Craven's mind is sick, like mine is. And he just gets me. Part 1 has always been a makeout movie, in my opinion. I mean, come on, if Freddy's burned up face doesn't get you all hot, then I don't know what's wrong with you. The score gives me chills in my vagina. The soundtrack even. All iconic. So many of my all-time favorite songs came from this franchise. You got the Sinead O'Connor. I want your hands on me. And of course, yes, Dramarama, Anything, Anything. I've been obsessed with that song forever. I put this song on so many Get to Know Me CDs I've made for people over the years. Oh my gosh. I mean, the movies might seem corny to you, but for me, as a kid, man, being sucked into your waterbed, trying to run up the stairs, but your feet sink into the steps, the tongue coming out of the phone, the car door locking you in, the school bus that won't stop, turning into a cockroach, the scary jump rope song. It's all iconic horror to me. I'm a Pisces. I dream constantly. So Freddy is my all-time favorite boogeyman. He can be anything. He can do anything. He knows what your sick, twisted fantasies are. And ultimately, that's what you want out of a villain, right? I love them all. Even Freddy vs. Jason. That's a killer soundtrack too, by the way. El Nino, Spine Shank. Oh, I'm so ready for Halloween. Okay, so once again, these are just movies I've been thinking about all week. I've got tons of other favorites, but yeah, if you've never seen Hocus Pocus, Scream, Slaughter High, or A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 through, 23, then definitely take a stab at it. Have a great Halloween weekend, eat your candy, do the Monster Mash at least 13 times, and don't neglect your Michael Jackson Thriller album, kids. Stalk you later.